Well, hello there. Welcome to Crafting Unedited. I hope you are doing fabulous. I am fighting something or have some sort of cold. It's definitely snowing here, so that weather shift has definitely got me a little congested, but that's okay. So today I'm here to tell you about my two machines. First, we're going to talk about the Air Explorer 2. And that's this beautiful beast here. Okay. Air Explorer 2. And then we'll talk about the Maker. I've had this for, I think, 2 years, maybe 3 years. I'm not entirely sure, but I've had it for quite a while, long enough for me to become very, very comfortable with using it and learning all of the tools and everything about this machine. A fantastic machine. In my opinion, it is really great for those that are new to the crafting world or just getting their feet wet. And that's primarily because it is super easy to use. Design space that you get as a trial with the package is a huge plus. It is very user-friendly, which also helps as well. You can't create things like SVGs, which is something that I really was hoping that they would kind of upgrade to, but they'll get there. I'm sure of it. So, first we're going to talk about the differences in like the weight, the size, colors, all of that, and then we'll go into a little bit more detail on cutting options. So with the Air Explorer 2, and that is what I have here, you can see it says Cricut Air Explorer 2. You kind of maybe can't see that because it's in silver. Whoops. Oh well. So the Air Explorer 2, it weighs in about 16 pounds, and it's 24 by 9.5 by 9.5. I don't think that's inches. I think that's centimeters. They didn't put that on the specs when I looked. But 22 inches. So it's just under 2 feet. Or sorry, 24 inches. It is 2 feet. And that's why this is Crafting Unedited, because I'm not going to edit that out. So this is 24 inches, so it's about 2 feet long, and then it's 9.5 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters wide. It's not a very bulky machine, which makes it really great for storage, but the space that you need to work with it is ample, and that's because when you feed the mat in, it comes out the back, and then it goes back out the front. It's like a wheel. So you need enough space. I'd say at least 2 feet in front of you and at least 2 feet behind you, depending on what mat you're using. Because the mats can go up to 24 inches long. They only go to 12 inches wide, and that's because the cutting base of this machine is only 12 inches wide. You can't go any wider than that, so if your projects are wider, you're going to want to do them lengthwise, like landscape version, and feed them this way rather than this way. So it's doable to have longer projects. It's just a little bit more work because if you don't have that longer mat, you'll have to cut it into you'll have to use the slicing tool. That's a whole nother story. We'll go into that another day. So machine is open. And I went over the weight. So it does come in, it is longer, a little bit longer than the Maker, and I think that that's just solely because of the smart dial. There's no smart dial on the Maker, where this little doohickey here is on this machine. So this is how you select what material you're cutting. And it has your power button, it has the same feed, go, and pause buttons as the Maker does. The one big difference between the Air Explorer 2 and the Maker, other than how many cutting options you have, is the cartridges. So the Air Explorer 2 still takes all of the cartridges from the original Cricut machine. So you know the ones where you had to buy all those little packets and then plug it into the machine, and those were the only options that you had for that machine. Cricut's been around for about 50 years and they're doing really well for themselves, so keep it coming. I'll keep you in business. So the smart dial is one of the other options, as well as excuse me, the cartridges. So because the Cricut Maker does not have these two things, it has a little bit more storage space. We'll get into that in a minute. So this comes in, I have it in the lilac color. I think it's just so fun. I love this color. I think it's more of a periwinkle. It's more blue than it is purple, in my opinion. The shirt that I have on is more lilac. Anyways, but it now comes in like vibrant colors, like bright pink, bright blue, navy, gold, all sorts of crazy colors, so that you can express yourself through your Cricut machine. So it has your storage options here and here. You can store a cartridge here. It does have magnet here so that it doesn't go rolling around. Or you can store extra blades. I was using this for my pens. I have emptied it all out and moved it over to my new machine because obviously I'm using that one more right now. Alright, so went over all of those details. Same base as the Air Explorer. You'll see in the Air Explorer that these are a little bit different. The cutting, drawing a blank, I don't remember what these are called, where you put the blades. So these are a little bit different in the Air Explorer 2. These open up all the way so that you can load your blades. This just kind of opens, you slide it in, and you close it. It's super easy either way. Doesn't make a huge difference to me. That one is a little bit more tough to push closed, but that's not a big deal. This one has all open up top. You'll see that one in a minute where it's kind of covered a little bit. And so what comes in the box when you get a Cricut Air Explorer 2? You get the blade, which is this one. It is a German carbide blade. And it's just basically like a little tiny X-Acto, like extremely tiny X-Acto. I don't even know if you could see that. It's crazy. But it's just a little tiny blade, German carbide, very, very, very sturdy. I have not changed that blade since I bought the machine 2 or 3 years ago, and it still cuts fabulously. Do I need to change it? Probably not. I think that you could probably go the life of the machine with one of these blades, unless you break it, obviously. But I don't think you should be breaking it unless you're trying to go over a thick acrylic with one that in one shot. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to find out how to break them. They're not expensive, but I don't want to replace things if I don't have to. So, it comes with the blade. It comes with a USB cord. And, yes, I'm cheating here. USB cord. And a power cord, which I would hope that it comes with. While it does come with the USB cord, it is able to be 100% Bluetooth and wireless. So you don't need that Bluetooth cable. I personally need the Bluetooth cable because I don't want to count on Wi-Fi for my projects. If I'm in the middle of the project, Wi-Fi goes down, I don't want to have to deal with it. So just use the cord in my opinion. But that's just personal preference. Comes with accessory adapter, which I'm not entirely sure what it is because I don't remember seeing one. No big deal though. It comes with a pen, so a fine point pen, which looks like, I don't have the one that it came with, but it looks like this and it's black. It's just a fine tip pen so that you can write. I have no idea where that went. I have 3 of them and I don't know where they are. Also comes with cardstock sample for you to make your first projects. It is a thank you card. I obviously no longer have that. And one 12x12 standard grip mat. So you don't get a whole lot in the box. You do get the same Cricut Design Space trial as you do with the Maker. So you do get an introductory to Cricut Design Space, and it takes you through a tutorial when you log in. You can create your account. After the trial period is over, I think it's a month long, you get, I think it's $11 a month that I pay to have access, Cricut Access. And in my opinion, Cricut Access is 100% worth it. You get hundreds, if not thousands, I think it's more like thousands of images and projects ready to make, ready to go, so you don't really have to think too much on it. And makes life easy. So there's that. All right, so I have loved my Cricut Air Explorer 2. It has been a well-loved machine, and I'm still going to use it. It's just going to be as a backup if I am too busy or if I have company over to help me craft. You never know. All right, so that is the Cricut Air Explorer 2. I even put a little heart on it because I love it. All right, so we're going to move this machine out of the way. I'm actually going to move it way out of the way. And now we are going to go to this bad boy. So I'll show you what it looks like closed. This beautiful piece of work here. It is very modern looking when it's closed. Even when it's open, it's white. It is solid. The top piece here is metal, where on the other one it is plastic. The Air Explorer 2, the top piece is plastic. And you see that where the cartridge holder was, there is now more storage space, so I can store all of my fabric stuff as well as my weeding tools on there and scoring pens, lots of storage space. Can be used for pens as well, but they tend to fit in the thing, so I leave it that way. So you just have a blank space, and this just looks so clean to me. I went with the champagne color, and as you can see, it's very pretty. Reminds me of like a rose gold. And when you open this one, that's my favorite, not my favorite part, but it's a fabulous part. I think that it's just so like that, moment when you open it. So you have the same cutting space as the Air Explorer 2. This does weigh a bit more. And by a bit, I mean 24 pounds more. Not more, but the Air Explorer 2 is 16 pounds. This beast is 24 pounds. And I think that that is because of when they took away the smart dial option, they had to put in a few extra computer parts, techie stuff. And that stuff can get heavy. So, same cutting space. Something that they did add when they took away the smart dial and the cartridge holder is a little iPad or phone holder where it can display your phone. So if you're working in design space from your app, from your phone, or from your iPad, you just pop it right there and you don't have to worry about moving things. It's not that big of a fantastic touch, but to me, I think it's great because as I'm working, I want to be able to look at my phone. Most of the time I'm getting messages constantly, or if I'm working from the app, because to me the app is way easier to kind of remove the background from some images and cut and crop. It's just way easier to me for some things, that not all. Those more intricate things, I don't know what my hair is doing. We definitely need the actual computer for. So as you can also see here, first, we'll go back into size. Sorry, I keep getting off track here. So it is 24 pounds, and it is 22.6 by 7.1 by 6.2. So it is a smidgen shorter. So it is about 1.5 inches shorter. And then it is about 1.5 inches thinner and not so tall. That's not that much of a difference, but it is when you're trying to figure out your working space. So Air Explorer 2 is 24 inches long. Cricut Maker is 22 inches long. No big deal there. And what you get in the box, it is a bit different. You get a little bit more, in my opinion, than the Air Explorer 2, which kind of helps the price, which is one of the cons that I have. I was able to get mine for about $3.50 on Amazon. And I went to Joann's and I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked for like 3 or 4 different stores in my area, and they had none of the bundle that I wanted in stock, nor did they have any makers in stock. They were all purchased or being held. It was ridiculous. Granted, I tried to buy it when it was on sale, and apparently it doesn't go on sale often, so no big deal. I went online, I went on to Amazon, and I purchased for $3.50, and it came with 2 mats. It came with a light grip mat and a fabric grip mat, so you're already plus 1 mat there. 2 blades, so you have the fine point blade and the rotary blade. The fine point blade looks like this. It's almost the same, if not the exact same as, you can't really see this. There you go. As the Air Explorer 2. And the other blade that it comes with, it's for the fabric cutting, or this blade has become my new favorite. It makes things so much easier. So it's a rotary blade. It looks kind of just like a little rotary tool. It's like a mini version of a rotary tool. I think it's pretty fabulous. It comes with both of those. I also purchased the knife blade separately, and that's to cut thicker material, like some wood, some acrylic, things like that. I purchased it separately. It does not come with either one of the machines. It is a new product that came out after both of the machines did. So maybe they'll include it in one of their other ones. Who knows? Not me. So it comes with the 2 blades. It comes with a fine point pen and materials for your first product. So items that you get over what you get with the Cricut Air Explorer 2 are an extra mat, an extra blade, and that's about it. One of the things that I did notice that the maker did not come with was that USB cord, so that you can make it not wireless. Thankfully, I had one from the Air Explorer 2. I'm not entirely sure if it's supposed to come with it. I don't think that it is, because I haven't seen it in any of the specs that I've looked at, which kind of made it a little bit of an inconvenience, especially if you didn't already have one of those cords. It is very specific. It's a square USB. It's not an actual, like, normal rectangular USB. So if you don't already have one of those on hand, you're going to have to go out and buy one if you don't want to count on wireless. And to me, I don't want to count on wireless. So that's what you get in the box. To me, is it worth $150 over the Air Explorer? No. The blades themselves are anywhere between $7 and $30 a piece. And that's if you're going for like the more expensive, fancy, deep point blades in the middle of Joann Fabrics or Michaels, instead of buying them online. Granted, you're going to get an actual Cricut blade, and it'll probably work better, but if you go on Amazon, you're going to pay less and get it from China. No hard feelings. So some of the other things is you have, like I was mentioning, these are a little bit different. This one pops all the way out so that you can load a different type of blade, and you can see the differences here. So for the Air Explorer 2, you only have this type of blade, like where the top is. Sorry, there we go. Now you can see. And it doesn't really do much. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do, right? And with the Cricut Maker, you have these like wheels on some of the blades. My blade is running away. We'll put that back in there. Or not. How about, I'm going to break my blade. So, this one comes with, like, the top of it is like a little wheel. It's like a gear. And the purpose in that is so that the blade can be rotated to turn. So, like, when it's cutting the fabric, it can just roll. And it doesn't have to pick it up, put it back down, pick it up, put it back down. And it just hits this gearbox right here. And they just connect and they work like a gear. It's pretty neat, in my opinion at least. Just a little nifty thing that they added there. The Air Explorer 2 does not have that option. And as you can see, this is a bit, I mean, it's not difficult, it's not impossible, but you have to definitely push a little harder to get that one closed. Outside of that, it is honestly about the same as far as specs go. The biggest difference is not in the physical appearance of what the 2 machines are, aside from no smart dial, no cartridges, is what it opens in design space. Where with the Cricut Air Explorer 2, you are not, I don't want to call it limited, but you don't have as many options as you do with the Maker. So with the Air Explorer 2, you can cut vinyl, all types, HTV, iron-on, patterned, basically anything, any vinyl product. Obviously the thicker products like marine vinyl and whatnot are going to be a little bit more tricky, but you can cut vinyl, you can cut some fabric with a lot of work and a lot of patience. You can cut cardstock, craft board, cardboard, hundreds of other materials that you can cut. With this bad boy though, you can cut thicker materials up to 2.4 millimeters thick, I think. Let me cheat here. Yes, 2.4 millimeters thick. So that includes acrylic, etching glass. You can etch metal. There's an etching blade that you can get. There's an embossing blade. Those two blades you cannot use in the Air Explorer 2, only the Maker. Same with the knife blade, only the Maker comes with it, like that you can compatibility with it. You can cut thicker, with that rotary tool, you can cut thicker fabrics such as denim and canvas, or even precious fabrics such as chiffon and silk. So this thing can cut pretty much anything up to 2.4 millimeters thick, and they're working on making it be able to cut so much more. I'm very excited to cut and make ornaments and nightlights and stuff like that. It's definitely something that I've been wanting to do, as well as dog tags. So once I get an etching tool, I'm gonna be a crazy crafter, more so than I already am. But this also cuts fabric and leather so much easier. It's not, you don't really have to do much more than select the setting. Where with the Maker, it doesn't have the cutting power for the leather. It doesn't have the rotary blade for the leather. It doesn't flow smoothly. So do I love both machines? Absolutely. Which one would I choose? The Maker. And that's just a personal preference. I've been doing this for 2 to 3 years, and I thought that it was definitely time to, gear up and take on more and build more. So that is what I plan to do with the Maker. Like I said, I plan to keep my Air Explorer. It's a great machine. I don't plan on, sorry, my foot's asleep. I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon. In the future, when I know that I don't need it any longer, I probably will sell it to kind of make up some of the cost. So some of the cost difference, I kind of skipped over that a little bit. It's $150 roughly more than the Air Explorer 2. Air Explorer 2 is about $199. This is about $350. So it's about $150 more. Being able to have more blade options and more material options and make more income from my small business makes up for it, in all honesty. And let's not forget, it's a gorgeous machine, right? And I never used the cartridges for that other machine anyway, so I didn't really need that part. If you are trying to decide between the two machines on whether or not you should take the plunge and just get the $350 machine, $400, I will tell you this. If you are a newbie and you're very, very new into the Cricut world or into the crafting world in general, I highly recommend the Air Explorer 2. If you are on edge about anything, crafting, if it's for business, if it's for personal, if it's for business, hands down Maker. If it's for personal, hands down Air Explorer 2. It really just depends on what you are trying to do, what you want to do with your machine. Is cutting fabric a huge thing for you? Is that something that you're really wanting to do? This will help you sew. I have a sewing machine upstairs that was handed down to me and that is probably 100 years old, and I have no idea how to use it. Nor do I plan on trying to use it. I'm terrified of the thing. This will cut guidelines or score guidelines or even write guidelines for you so that you know where to sew. Pretty neat in my opinion. Something that I was really, really excited for. But if fabric isn't something that you're wanting to do, stick with the Air Explorer 2. If you want to go into the fabrics like leather, chiffon, denim, canvas, that type of stuff, or the Maker. Sorry, I'm getting them too mixed up. It's like my kids. I have no idea who I'm calling for. But business, Maker. Hobby, Air Explorer 2, because that's where I started with that. I started as a hobby and I grew. And as I grew, I knew that I wanted to do more. If you don't want to purchase both, or if you are on kind of more of a budget, Air Explorer 2. If you are on edge about, I think that I want the Maker, just buy the Maker. If the Maker is even in your head at all, for any reason, just buy the Maker. You won't regret it. I promise. It can do everything that one can do and more. So that is really, I love both of my Cricuts. Both machines are very, very, very sturdy, very well built, will last you, they'll outlive you actually. This one, when you feel it, when you pick it up, you can feel the quality that Cricut has put into this, and that I got really excited because I'm going to be able to pass this down along to my daughter, and she's going to have the same love for it as I am. Kind of like that 100-year-old sewing machine upstairs. So yeah, great machines, both of them. If you're going for business, go with the Maker. If you're going for hobby, go with the Air Explorer. Just personal preference. I'm not a professional here. I still have lots and lots to learn about both of my machines, and I can't wait to do so. So I really hope that you enjoyed this Cricut versus Maker review, and I hope that you will eventually get out there and go buy one, whether it be the Maker or the Air Explorer 2. Either way, you're going to have a ton of fun, and you're going to make lots of fabulous things, like I have, like this beautiful shirt here. So have a fabulous day, and I look forward to chatting again. Please do make sure that you subscribe and like to my channel. Like this, not like to, oh my goodness, subscribe to my channel and like this video so that you can see all of my future posts. See you later. Till next time. Bye-bye. Oops, I shook you.